Welcome back. You know, filing bankruptcy can help you get rid of credit card debt. However, if you use your credit cards excessively, knowing you intend to file bankruptcy, the credit card company can accuse you of fraud and take steps to make sure you still have to repay the debt. And with the holiday shopping about to get underway, when you file bankruptcy, your credit card company will look at your transaction history to see if you've made any large purchases before you filed. Welcome back, our great friend, Aaron Epstein, a bankruptcy attorney in Chattanooga. Boy, they seem happy there, shopping away, and don't do it. If you are thinking of filing bankruptcy, they will go back and check those transactions and say, listen, you could be responsible for all that.
Well, here's the rule. For the 120 days before you file, there's a presumption that anything for luxury goods and services, and like a cash advance or a balance transfer, that's presumptively a luxury good or service, and that's probably going to be held non-dischargeable. So obviously, if you're going out shopping, you're not thinking about bankruptcy right away. I don't think most people are. But be aware that if you find yourself in trouble, using your credit cards is not a good way to get out of trouble.
I know bankruptcy is not convenient anytime, but do a lot of people file before the end of the year? Does that make any difference at all?
Wow. There are probably some unique situations where it benefits people to file, but generally speaking, I don't think I wouldn't tell somebody to file before the end of the year. There could be some tax consequence if they had a gain on a home, but I think there's probably not a compelling reason to file just because it's going to be January 1st.
And you are so great at educating people. So describe the bankruptcies that are available to people, whether it's Chapter 7 or Chapter 13, what actually happens and the payback plan.
Well, the Chapter 7 is a liquidation, and that's where you try to eliminate as much unsecured debt as you can.
Meaning what?
Things like credit cards, doctor bills. There are certain loans you might make where you put up some things for collateral. Most of those are avoidable. They, in Chapter 7, can be mostly discharged. Things that you might want to keep, like a house or a car, in a Chapter 7, you would keep those and pay for them, subject to conditions like not having too much equity in your home, being current on your payments. Chapter 13 is a remedy for people who, number one, have filed a Chapter 7 in the last 8 years and can't file a Chapter 13. And number two, if you're behind on your payments, your car payments, car's about to get repossessed, your house is at risk, maybe a foreclosure pending, a Chapter 13 is a good way to consolidate your debts and pay them over a period of 3 to 5 years to protect what's important to you.
When you use a bankruptcy attorney, do all your payments come to you and then you pay the creditors? Is that the way it works monthly, or how does that work?
No, the way it works in Chapter 13, which is a bill consolidation, the trustee, who is currently Kara West, she is in charge of a system, and you make payments to her either by a wage deduction or by direct payments, or some are ACH out of a bank, and she is responsible for directing those payments to the house, to the car, to the furniture, to the unsecured creditors.
Now, is there a charge for that to the people?
Actually, there is, but it's
minimal.
It's 3% is the commission that the trustee charges, and it's the lowest in the state of Tennessee, and probably one of the lowest in the country. So the transactional cost is minimal.
Do you get like a payment booklet? I mean, do they actually give you a payment
booklet? No,
but
they have an online presence so that you can go on 24/7 and see every payment you've made, every creditor who's filed a claim, how much is left owing. It's complete transparency.
And if your life turns around and you are doing better, you can pay that off whenever. You don't have to stick with that monthly payment system. Is that correct?
You can. It's a little more complicated than that, but generally you can pay it off early if you want to.
You make it all so simple. Hope you're doing well. Bankruptcy's down or up right now?
They keep telling me that they're down, but I've got 5 people in my office right now who would probably say that's not true.
Very sad. You know, it just clears your mind. It's just, you know what, God forbid, if you have to go through bankruptcy, you know what, you're just so relief afterwards. 713 Cherry Street, 752-3000. All of the questions I just asked Aaron can be asked right there. Moneyproblems.com, everything. Moneyproblems.com, 752-3000. Aaron, all the best to you. We're back after this.